Greetings, friends. Welcome to the Pin Tool Podcast. My name is Al Wayman, owner of Creek Road Pottery in Laceyville, Pennsylvania, next to the cold Tuscarora Creek. Pull up a chair around the wheel as we discuss topics concerning the art and craft of pottery, good books, storytelling, marketing, and creating work that matters for folks who care. Greetings, friends. Welcome back to another episode of the Pin Tool Podcast. This is Season 4, Episode 3. And today, as I am recording this, it is the 2nd of February. So we are moving on through the year very quickly. And it's been very cold. The Tuscarora Creek down back is almost frozen over. It has been in the low teens and sometimes in sub-zero temperatures here. And we had a very strange weather pattern come through. It warmed up and we got a whole lot of rain, and then it went right back down into freezing. So as I was working at the big paper factory, driving in, it was 45 and raining. When I came out, it was cold, windy, and 16 degrees. Strange indeed, but things are moving on. The people up at Back Road Maple have got their tap lines getting ready to put into trees for their maple syrup. And so spring is coming when you see syrup being made. So you need very cold nights, pretty cold nights, and warm days for the sap to flow. So hopefully that will be soon. Warmer days means that I can get back working on the kiln. Things need to dry out a bit out there. Got it a quarter of the way up, and I hope to finish it within the first couple months of spring, hopefully by April. And then I would like to do maybe my first firing around May. So I pulled out a lot of shows, quite a few shows this year, so that I could spend time getting that wood kiln up and firing. It's been a long process. I had to take the wood kiln down, put it all on pallets, get it shipped to my house, and then spend time putting in the concrete pad. So that meant that I needed to get contractors here, and that took some time. So the project just went on, and I just need to finish it off. I have the concrete blocks in. I have the first 2 layers of brick for the flooring in, and I am working on the firebox. So plans are changing a little bit as I go, as I learn and find out new things. So that's been a real interesting project. Been reading some good books. Been reading The Power Broker. It was about Robert Moses way back in the day. Mammoth book. So I've been going through that slowly. And then I've been reading a book by the business strategist and thinker, Seth Godin. He's a great guy and helped me immensely with how I think about selling and marketing the pots. And he came out with a book, This is Strategy, Make Better Plans, by Seth Godin. So I've been reading that. Been going through the class and the workshop on that. It's been amazing. And also, a book that I had for a long time and just pulled off my shelf because others were reading it and brought it up. It's called The Artist Way. And many of you may have heard of this book. It came out in 1992. It was given to me when I left my apprenticeship at the Pottery when I graduated. And I went back to art school. And they gave me the book, but I shelved it, right? And I carried it around with me. I was like, this is something that I need to do, but I just never got to it. And then I happened to see the Artist Way workbook at a thrift shop for a couple bucks. So I picked it up and I put it on the shelf next to the Artist's Way book. So I've had that, and then I just pulled it not too long ago, so I've been reading through that. And it's been really interesting. It's by Julia Cameron. And what I would like to do in some of these episodes is go through the Artist's Way book. If you haven't gotten this book, feel free to pick it up, and maybe you can go through it with us here on the podcast. So I'm going to run a series, and we'll go through this step by step, and we'll talk about the exercises, and then maybe we can use it as a strategy, right, to make ourselves better, to make better work, maybe to think a little bit more about what we do and why we do it, who the work is for, and why we're making it, and what change we're trying to make, right? So those are some questions that we can answer while going through this book, and some questions we can think about as kind of like a philosophy exercise. So it's kind of based off the 12-step program. She has 12 weeks here, and if you're not familiar with 12-step, you could read that over. It's really interesting that she kind of followed the 12-step kind of format. And so even if you haven't heard of the 12-step, maybe look that up, right? And it's used for counseling for Alcohol Anonymous. And even that book, the 12-step program, is a great book to have also. And it's religious leaning, and this book, Artist's Way, is religious leaning. And so we may be talking about religion. And I came out of evangelical fundamentalism, but currently I am agnostic, meaning simply I'm not sure. So I'm open to almost anything. I have studied mythology, world religion, and I just love it. Early Christianity. I love reading through the Dead Sea Scrolls. So I studied ancient Near Eastern texts and all kinds of things. So my home library is quite large. And I love books, and I love art. And this will combine a whole bunch of things as we work through the 12 stages, or the 12 weeks of the Artist's Way book. So this episode will be the first as an introduction on what we're going to be doing. And then the next episode, maybe we'll get into week 1 and what that is. So if you're interested in the Artist's Way, go get your Artist's Way book if you have it. If not, maybe you can find it in the thrift shop, or order it in some way, or buy it from Barnes & Nobles or some bookseller, and have it ready for when we sit around the wheel and we talk about it. So if you have that book, run and get it. Get a coffee. I got the big buddy heater going in the basement today, and we'll throw some mugs, because I need some for the spring show that's coming up. I got a spring show March 7th, 8th, and 9th. It's going to be the Creek Road Pottery Spring Show. So I need mugs for that. So pull up a chair around the wheel, and there's plenty of room down there. I just mopped the floor, right? So meet me back there with your coffee and your Artist's Way book, and we'll get into the introduction section of the Artist's Way. See you then. Greetings, friends. Welcome back. And I decided that I wasn't going to throw mugs while we did this, because this is going to require me to flip some pages and all. And my chatbot, Amelia, is off today because it's Sunday, and we didn't get the recording done earlier. So she was not able to join me, but she did send me an outline of the 12-step recovery program combined with Artist's Way into practical and actionable exercises tailored to pottery. Isn't she amazing? All right, so I'm gonna sip some tea, and friends, if you have not got the Bengal Spice tea, it's so good. So instead of coffee, I'm sipping tea, and pull up a chair around the wheel, and we'll just start this process, right? So this is the introduction. It's going to be 12-step along with Artist's Way related to pottery, kind of like a little free workshop. And I've never done a workshop in my life, so bear with me. You're welcome, I guess. It's free, and all you need to do is provide your generosity with time, right? Give me your time, and that would be very generous of you. So if you have your Artist's Way book with you, she gives a short introduction, and then on page, I think it's page 11 in the introduction, she goes over basic principles that we would use. Creativity is the natural order of life. Life is energy, and pure creative energy. Number 2, the underlying indwelling creative force infusing all of life, including ourselves. And then number 3, when we open ourselves to our creativity, we open ourselves to the Creator's creativity within us and our lives. So that'd be like the muse, right? 4, we are ourselves creations, and we in turn are meant to continue creativity by being creative ourselves. Number 5, creativity is God's gift to us. Using our creativity is our gift back to God. Being generous and having gratitude, right? In some way to the universe or whatever you believe. Number 6, the refusal to be creative is a self-will and is counter to our true nature. Number 7, when we open ourselves to exploring our creativity, we open ourselves to God in good, orderly direction. Number 8, as we open our creative channels to the Creator, many gentle, though powerful changes are to be accepted. Number 9, it is safe to open ourselves up to the Creator and the greater creativity. 10, our creative dreams and yearnings come from a divine source. As we move towards our dreams, we move towards our divinity. Then, you go over to the contract in the workbook if you have it. It might be in the book too. And it gives a spot to put your name. I understand that I am taking an intensive guided encounter with my own creativity. I commit myself to the 12-week duration of the course. I commit to weekly reading, daily morning pages, a weekly artist date, and the fulfillment of each week's task. I further understand that this course will raise issues and emotions for me to deal with. I commit myself to excellent self-care, adequate sleep, diet, exercise, pampering for the duration of this course. And then you sign and you date that, right? So, this is something that I already do. The basic tools are the morning pages, and It's a simple tool where you write down, when you get up, everything that's in your head. And you're not supposed to edit it. You're just supposed to put down anything that comes to mind. It's kind of like a free writing and real writing, she states. And it's just unloading your mind on to those pages. And then you can look and read them over. And if they're grumpy or happy or whatever mood you're in, that's fine. Then, on page 11, the tool is the artist date, where you take yourself out on a weekly thing to do some artistic thing on a Sunday afternoon, or with others, to a bookstore, or to look at art at a gallery, or to do something fun. So that's the basic tools that you need. So I already do the dailies, and I try to do something artistic each week already. So if you haven't read, I post the Pottery dailies. It's not free writing, but I post the Pottery dailies on my Substack. You could read that. That's free to sign up to. But it's a great way to start out because I usually wake up 4 a.m. to do the Pottery dailies. And so you can too. And it unloads your mind. So let's get to what Amelia, my assistant, my chat bot, created for me. She combined the 12-step program into the Artist's Way and related to pottery. So there's 12 steps here that she wanted me to read to you. And we can go through this. And this is the outline that we'll be using when we go through this little course using the Artist's Way. So number 1, we'll admit what's not working and recover a sense of safety. So in the Artist's Way, the first section of that is to recover a sense of safety. So you take out your journal for your morning pages and you'll write what feels unmanageable or overwhelming in my pottery business, or in my sales, in my schedules, in my marketing and creative energy. Where do I feel the most fear? Is it pricing your work? Is it public feedback? Or is it taking creative risks? And then identify one small, safe step to address one of the challenges. Simplifying, for example, simplifying your production process, or choosing one marketing channel to focus on, to do better in, right? The action idea is make your studio a safe space for creativity. Declutter, organize your tools, or add inspiration boards with sketches, quotes, or past success. So that's pretty easy to do. I just did a huge clean and I organized everything. So now maybe I just need to go with the sketches, the quotes, and the past success, and the inspiration boards. I don't know what that would look like, but I have some kind of idea. Maybe I would go on Pinterest or find images from work from you all, right? And post out there, because we are a pottery community. Okay, number 2, believe in your purpose and recover a sense of identity. So the exercise would be, write your pottery mission statement. What is my why? Why do I create pottery? Who's it for? Customers? Community? What's it for? What values or stories does my pottery reflect? The action idea? Share your mission on Substack or on a podcast. Talk about it with friends, and talk about the meaning behind your work and connection to tradition, homesteading. Maybe it's handmade pottery, handmade beauty, whatever that might be, right? So talk about the work you're doing so that you reinforce your why. Okay, who's it for and what's it for? Number 3, surrender control and lean into your creative flow. The exercise, schedule an artist date, which we talked about as one of the tools in the artist way. But combined with this outline and what we're going to do, 1 hour this week, do that 1 hour this week to experiment in the studio without attachment to results. Try a new glaze. Throw a new form. If it's imperfect, it's going to be fine. Make a piece inspired by a poem or a song or a memory. The action idea, post a video, a reflection about this creative piece that you made, and share the importance of enjoying the process and not just the product. Okay, moving on to number 4. Take a fearless inventory of your creative business life. The exercise, create 2 lists. Creative inventory, what you love making, the pieces that inspire and make you happy, and what frustrates you, overdone forms or stressful processes. And then 2, create a list of business inventory, the 3 top profitable products, the least profitable product, and then time spent on marketing, sales, production, and administration. So the action idea is to use the list to streamline your work. For example, stop making low-value items and dedicate more time to pieces that align with your creative joy and business success. Number 5, share your struggles with someone you trust. So we do this a lot in the groups, right? If you're part of Clay Buddies or some other online group, or you talk to friends, or if you do your work in a studio, a public studio pottery, and use a studio kiln, there's people in there that you could be friends with and talk to. One of my friends, even today, is with her Raku buddies, she calls them. And she has a lot of fun in that class, she tells me. So, you can ask for advice or simply share to lighten the load of your struggles. The action idea is to join or host a pottery-focused mastermind group where creatives meet monthly to share struggles and success. I'd be open to that. That'd be really interesting to talk to you all about the pots. Okay, we're halfway there, right? This is going to be number 6. Be ready to release what's holding you back and recover your strengths. So exercise, write down the habits, tasks, or beliefs holding you back. For each one, ask, what's the worst that could happen if I let this go? What's the best that could happen? The action idea, eliminate one energy draining product line, habit, or commitment. Replace it with something that fuels you creatively. I almost said creatively. Let me take a sip of this tea here. Oh man. All right, moving on. Number 7. Ask for help professionally and creatively. I'm doing this. I'm just right now signing up to take a cohort with a potter, and I plan to do a 9-month thing because I need help here on some forms that I am not sure of and that I need help with. So the exercise, right? Where do I need help? Be specific. Social media, marketing, the firing processes, bookkeeping. Action idea, consider outsourcing. Hire someone to help with photography, shipping, or social media. Or if you don't have a lot of money, right? Like most of us, if you're potters, you might be broke. Take a workshop or online course that's free to strengthen those weak areas, right? Number 8, make a list of people or areas where you need to make amends and build abundance. Write a list of customers you owe follow-ups to, galleries, collaborations you've neglected, promises you made to yourself, creative projects you've ignored. The action idea is to reach out to reconnect with galleries, collaborators, and loyal customers. Offers a small thank you or discount to reestablish trust. Man, I need to do that. There's been a few places where I haven't contacted in a long time, and I feel like a real jerk every time I think about it. Let's see. Number 9. Make direct amends and protect your creative space. Exercise. Set creative boundaries. Block off dedicated studio time on your calendar. Limit distractions. That means turning your phone off and no emails. It's the action idea. Send a note of appreciation to loyal customers or a gallery that supported you. Share how you're improving processes to better serve them. So we're going to have to... So I guess if you turn your phone off, you can't really send an email. But I guess we'll work something else in with that. That sounds kind of conflicting, right? Okay, number 10. Continuously reflect and take inventory. Introspection, right? Exercise. Create a weekly check-in habit. What did I create this week? What worked well? What didn't? And what small step can I take to improve? That's actually a pretty good one. Action idea. Review your financials and inventory monthly. See where time and energy align with profits and joy. Adjust where needed. Number 11, connect to your creative purpose and seek inspiration. Exercise. Incorporate a daily ritual for inspiration. Read pottery philosophy. Spend 10 minutes sketching. Journal about what inspires you in nature, tradition, or form. Action idea. Share your reflections in a Substack post or podcast episode or with a group, showing others the deeper meaning behind your work. And lastly, number 12, share your creative journey with others and serve others. How can I share my experience, lessons, and stories to inspire others? Action idea. You could host a workshop online, teach a class, and teach a specific pottery skill. Share behind-the-scenes stories of your journey, failures, growths, triumphs on social media. See, start a mentorship program for budding potters in your community. That sounds nice. All right, so the roadmap. This is the end of it. Admit your challenges, kind of like a review. Admit your challenges. Identify what's not working. Reconnect to purpose. Reclaim your why. Lean into your creativity. Experiment freely. Take inventory. Reflect on creative and business systems. Number 5, share your struggles. Find trusted support. Number 6, let go of limits. Drop draining habits or commitments. Number 7, seek help. Outsource or learn new skills. Number 8, rebuild connections. Repair neglected relationships. Number 9, set boundaries. Protect creative time. Number 10, reflect regularly. Weekly and monthly check-ins. Number 11, stay inspired. Build a daily creative ritual. And number 12, share and serve. Teach, mentor, and share stories. So that's pretty amazing. It's an amazing outline. And I'm really excited to go through the Artist's Way book. And some of the things I already do. Like I said, I've done the dailies. I usually try to get up at 4 a.m. every morning and write. And then I made a commitment of making it into the studio almost every day. Hopefully, I try to do my best to do that, to create something every day. And all that little work adds up into huge things. So, hopefully, you enjoy that. And I'll see you next time. Keep creating work that matters for people who care.